Let's create time to bring in Gabriel Mudhuma in the studio. So for now, I understand that Education CS Matiang'i is having a presser alongside Wafula Chebukati. Let's cross over there and listen to what they have to say.
So I wish us all the best, and I hope that people don't get us to a point where we have arguments about certificates. You either have a degree or you don't have one. You don't even need a judge in court to determine whether or not you went to school. It's a straightforward issue. You either have a degree or you don't have one. You either qualify to be in a university or you don't qualify. It's a black and white situation. It's not an issue that we tell stories about. You either have a degree or you don't have one. You are either qualified to be enrolled in a university so that you are a degree student, or you are not qualified. It's not a matter of engaging in stories, because you can't explain away things that I think are plain and straightforward. And Mr. Chairman, this includes checking basic education credentials. If there are any candidates whose Form 4 certificates and results you would like us to confirm, we have the ability to do so that we can tell you this is so-and-so's Form 4 results, or they are not. And it will now be, the rest is upon you, but for us, we'll be interested in the credibility of the certificate, and where we come across individuals who are calling, moving around with the suspect and doubtful papers, we will also liaise with our other brothers and sisters who are not here, the law enforcement community. So thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Once again, I wish you all the best, and on behalf of my colleagues on my left, we are at your service and at the service of the country. We are committed to deliver on this. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Please.
Thank you, CS, and your team for agreeing to meet us on short notice this morning. We have discussed a wide range of issues pertaining to qualifications of candidates as far as degrees are concerned. The IBC, as you all know, has the sole mandate of managing elections in this country. But in doing so, we as a commission realize that we need other state and non-state agencies for purposes of ensuring that the qualifications of candidates are verified. Because if you bring documents to us as IBC, like for example degrees, we shall not be able to know whether they are genuine or not. And that's why IBC came up together with the ESCC, the Office of the Attorney General, and the Office of the Register of Political Parties. If you noticed, yesterday we published a joint letter or a communique which states clearly what we are working towards. And in doing so, we need state agencies and non-state agencies. Among our key state agencies we require is the Ministry of Education for purpose of verifying the degrees which we expect from some of the cadre of candidates. So that was published yesterday. And today we have discussed the way forward, which includes having this working group. The working group will set up a small technical team that will oversee how that verification exercise will be done. And eventually we shall have a representative from the ministry together with other state agencies who will be based at IBC for purposes of now verifying all the documents required for purpose of a candidate who want to present themselves for elections. So it's part of our outreach activities for purposes of enforcing Chapter 6 of the Constitution. And as I said, IBC cannot do it alone. We are working closely with the state and non-state agencies. And that is why we came here today. And I want to thank the CS and his team, and also my commissioners. We have had fruitful meeting, and we look forward for the technical team to complete the work, give us a report, and we hope the whole exercise will go seamlessly. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Sylvia, today there are no questions.
There should be one or two.
In every situation. Okay, let's start from that and then come to you. Mosoku.
I'll start from your last statement,
yes,
where you said it doesn't have to take a judge in court to determine if your degree is genuine or not. Given that we have leaders who contested their academic papers in court, some were barred from contesting based on their fake degrees, and some were justified by courts. Are you saying now those who
So Education Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i there having that pressure with IEBC Chair Wafula Chebukati on the vetting of aspirants. Matiang'i says you either have a degree or not. You don't even need a judge to tell you whether or not you have a degree. Okay, so clearly political aspirants have a long battle ahead of them. In studio have Danson Omari with me. And then let's listen in just a little bit what Matiang'i is saying.
The point I'm making is this. We have unnecessarily and unduly politicized the issue of credentials in our country. Why would you need to go to court for a judge to determine whether or not you went to school? You are a genuine person, really. When all is said and done. But in cases where someone decides or they are aggrieved and they go to court and they take a decision, we will, of course, submit to the court what we have. It will be upon the court to decide, and once the court has decided, we will be bound by the court's decision. But we will not fail to express ourselves as regards the genuineness or lack thereof of such credentials. That is it. But it will be upon the judiciary, and I have said this several times before, and in the executive branch of government, we communicate on issues related to the judiciary through the Office of the Attorney General, who sits in the Judicial Service Commission. We have done our communication through the Attorney General. The Attorney General will express himself appropriately to the Judicial Service Commission. That is a respectful way of working and respecting the other arms of government. We have communicated and we have expressed ourselves on particularly this issue of credentials through the Office of the Attorney General, the Judicial Service Commission, on how this would be handled. And I believe our opinion will matter, and we will give our opinion freely and objectively on this issue. We will defend every decision we make.